But you cannot live in peace when you're worried about the future. You can't tell the truth when you're worried about what might happen if you do. And you can't do what God's called you to do when you're worried about how others might respond to you. You see, because the commands of the Bible, as we read them, have some underlying assumptions. Number one, you're not God. And therefore, knowledge of the future doesn't belong to you. Let me say that one again. Number one, you're not God. And knowledge of the future does not belong to you. Number two, God is God. And knowledge about the future belongs to Him. You see how arrogant we become when we get anxious about the future? Anxiety about the future makes these declarations. It says this. Number one, God cannot be trusted with doing the right thing in the future. That's why I'm anxious about it, because God might not do the right thing. Number two, since God cannot be trusted, I must take control and come up with my own plan. And number three, if in my plan I break God's moral law, it's because I know better than God does, and I'm really in control. I don't know about you, but in your own life, have you ever been around anxious people? It drives you crazy. Maybe you were working, and someone says, hey, I got this job for you to do. I got this thing I want you to do, and they're like, you just do it like this, and so you start working on it, and they're over your shoulder the whole time, like, yeah, I trust you to do it. Wait, just do it like this. Oh, careful, don't do it like that. And you're like, do you want to do it? Like, I don't have to do it. You do it. You do it if you're so worried about me doing it. Or have you ever drove a car with someone who's anxious about your driving? Teenagers, I know you can attest to this. Even if your parents may have some good reasons for the first time you're driving. All right? Okay, so slow down. Are you watching you're over too far. Get back in the center. Right? Nobody wants to drive with a person like that in their car. Nobody wants to do a job with someone over their shoulder telling them what to do. Now listen to me. The reason it drives you crazy is because their anxiousness demonstrates that they do not trust you to do the job right. They don't think you can do it right. So let me ask you, when you're anxious about life, what does that say about God? God, I don't trust you. I don't think you know how to do the job right. God, you see, I need this to be happy, and if this doesn't happen how I want it to, life will fall apart. You don't know what you're doing, God. God, don't blow my life. I've got it figured out. Do you see, brothers and sisters, how anxiety about the future and conniving our own ways, it brings dishonor to God's name? It mocks God. It says God doesn't know what He's doing, and I would be a better king.